Go to conferences. Find out what your competitors are doing at conference. Just go ask around. That's what they are. What do most people cut during troubled times? They stop going to conferences. When was the last time you visited your competitor in their office? For me, I like visiting my competitors all the time. Not only did I go to conferences, I'd meet them at the conferences, I'd visit them there. I just met a guy in the scrap business or in the recycling business like Greg. Send Greg and this guy an email so they can connect with each other. This guy's in London, Greg's in Boston. Somehow there might be some synergy in there. Worst case, they each learned something. When we did this one time, I went to visit this guy, and I'm walking through his building, and he's showing me proudly what everything is. People do that when you come visit them. They want to show you their stuff. This one guy says, as he's walking me through and showing me everything, this is my sub-escrow department. I said, I know what an escrow department, I don't know what sub is. He explained it to me. I had to hire almost a full person, and it added $1 million to my bottom line the very next year, just by going on that tour of that guy's office. How many office visits do you think I did to visit my competitors over the years? How many you think came back to visit me? Hardly anybody. Don't slash your marketing budget during tough times. Everybody's cutting it, but you got to spend money to make money. Analyze how your marketing budget is. Redeploy it, but don't cut it. And there's opportunity in adversity. I don't know if you can read that back there, but this guy says he will code HTML for food. There's all kinds of opportunities during these troubled times. You got to be looking for them, though. And have your advisors, your forum, your advisory board, your coaches, your friends, your family, challenge your assumptions. Are your assumptions right? How about your model? Is it right? Who's challenging you on a regular basis? Or is your ego in the way on that? Don't worry about what you can't control. Remember, we're talking about leading in turbulent times. If you can't control it, don't worry about it. Worry about what you have control over. And keep a good attitude. Look at the glass half full, not half empty. Take care of yourself. Exercise regularly. All kinds of studies on exercise helps you deal with the issues going on in your life, helps release the endorphins, makes you feel better. Picture your team, you work out every day. All of a sudden things start getting crappy, you stop working out. So what's your team thinking? Oh my God, we must be falling apart. He stopped working out, even that. Hope for the best. What we're talking about here today is preparing for the worst. Don't panic. Steady at the wheel and make it fun. You can't have fun in your business, who can? Make it fun for you. Make it fun for your employees. So I'd like you to grab your workbook again. And on page, pick your number one thing that you're the most scared of happening to you right now. On page 6, page 7. So when you go back to your office, look at number 6, page 6, identify the top 3 events, and what are all the options you have in dealing with those events. Pick the best one and put it on the next page on your action plan. List the event, who owns it, and when will it be done by. If you don't put a timeline on this, it's never going to get done. So I want some examples of what it is that you're going to do. Oh, don't be shy. We're all entrepreneurs here. We're willing to share with each other. What is one thing you're going to go back as a result of today and make happen before I start picking people? Yes, Eric. Greg.
Personally check that our computer backup system is actually working. Test it properly.
Testing the computer backup system to make sure it's actually working. Who's going to do it?
My IT guy prove it.
ID, and when?
Tomorrow.
Perfect. Tomorrow. AR right now, accounts receivable, can get you big trouble. Think about that. When you extend terms to people, you can get yourself into real big trouble. All right, a couple more things we're going to do before we get out of here. You all have this card in front of you. I'd like everybody to write down one thing on this card that you're going to do. You have an envelope in front of you. I'd like you to put your address on the envelope, stick it in the envelope, and seal it. The only person that's going to see it is you when I mail it back to you in 30 days. See if you've done what you said you were going to do here today. One idea. When you're done, you can just drop them right up here on the floor. Before we get out of here, just throw them up here. I will mail them back to you in 30 days. And I saw many of you taking great notes, and I don't want to ruin the learning process. I saw you guys were terrific, taking great notes. So what I have for you as gifts is, don't forget to put your addresses on the envelope because I don't know where they're going. The lessons I didn't learn in business school, you can pick one of those up in the back from Karen, right?
Yep, right here.
Okay. And the other one is your 25 tips for leading in turbulent times. Put it up in your office, hang it on the wall, and if you get a moment where you're wondering, read it occasionally, and just pick one of those that you want to deal with. You can't do them all, right? Mason's 8, just turned 8, and he's doing terrific. He's 100%, fully recovered. The really great news, the probability of life and death in brain tumor in children is 50%. 50% of them live, and 50% of them die. We were just lucky in Mason's case, and I know it. You know how much I love that little guy, and what I learned by this experience, it ultimately caused me to do Ironman, and it ultimately caused me 5 weeks after doing Ironman to sell my company, to focus on what's truly important in life. And that was a lesson that Mason taught me. Really focus on what's truly important. Thank you very much for the opportunity to come and share my story with you. I hope you got one idea you can take back to your business.